Hello everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Watch my video and subscribe my channel. Ridge's awful secret Thomas countdown, Deacon suspect Sheila. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the next 3 weeks, from August 18th to September 5th, say that Ridge Forrester will hold a terrible secret while Thomas Forrester's return is getting closer. Deacon Sharp might also think that Sheila Sharp is hiding anything. So let's talk about all the ups and downs. Deacon will be angry the week of August 18th to 22nd. Deacon will be worried and confused by Sheila's peculiar conduct. So he might think that his wife is hiding something. Of course, B&B fans know Sheila is indeed hiding Luna Nozowa survival since she joined Lee Finnegan's secret club. Luna's fixation with Will Spencer will lead her do some stupid things again, though. Luna will wear a wig and spectacles to hide her identity, so she may go to the next party at Il Giardino. Lee may not know Luna is missing until after Sheila calls, and their granddaughter may already be having a great time at the party. Luna will eventually put a mask on, so that'll provide her another way to hide who she really is. Will undoubtedly cheats on Electra Forrester because someone thinks he is someone else. Will might also be under the influence of narcotics and alcohol. Thus there could be numerous layers of impaired judgment that lead to him betraying Electra with veiled Luna. He'll conceal a terrible secret from Taylor Hayes after he's done with Ridge Forrester. Taylor doesn't know the whole story about how Ridge got caught up in that intense moment with Brooke Logan after saving her in Italy. That ordeal was a significant turning point and made Ridge realize how much he wants Brooke back. But it's impossible to just abandon Taylor. Ridge will disguise the reality that he's largely with Taylor out of obligation and will conceal how much he wants this Brooke reunion. Ridge's deception will continue during the week of August 25th to 29th, so he'll still be lying to Taylor as their wedding grows closer. Instead of just being honest and liberating Taylor, Ridge will shove down his genuine sentiments and make all this even worse when the truth inevitably comes out anyhow. As for Brooke, it'll be hard for her to know Ridge actually wants her and watch him continue to choose Taylor, at least for now. Hope Logan and Carter Walton will focus on their own wedding arrangements in the following episodes, but their future could be in risk for numerous reasons. Daphne Rose's friendship with Hope could be a concern as well. There's also the subject of Thomas's recovery and whether his Hope fixation might flare. Whatever the case, Thomas's on-screen return is coming up in early September, so we'll see if it happens during the week of September 1st to 5th or soon after. The countdown is on when it comes to Thomas's homecoming and what he'll be up to when he arrives back in Los Angeles. Thomas will no likely offer his loved ones updates on all the current news in his life. Will Thomas be single after a Paris-Buckingham split? Could that leave Thomas hopeful about winning Hope back? Regardless, you can bet Thomas will be protective of Taylor and Ridge's future together. Thomas isn't going to like it one bit when he sees Brooke is pushing Ridge to waffle back in her direction. The bold and the beautiful spoilers indicate Ridge and Brooke will indeed reunite down the road. But there'll be more Taylor-related drama to play out in the meantime. Point 3 intriguing signs that Deacon and Taylor are destined for romance. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates indicate there are 3 reasons to suspect that Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes might be starting a new romance. With the chance of a new partnership on the way, it's worth contemplating how B&B could unite Taylor and Deacon. Number 1, Sheila's betrayal forces Deacon to make a life-altering decision. Deacon has a great affection for Sheila Sharp and has always acknowledged her positive characteristics, but her recent betrayal can lead to severe challenges in their marriage. Sheila has consented to protect Lee Finnegan's secret and conceal Luna Nozowa's survival, although this choice could ultimately backfire on her. After Bill Spencer got a pardon for Luna, Sheila found she had a grandchild and was delighted to create a relationship with her. Deacon handed Sheila an ultimatum, cautioning her to avoid Luna, but Sheila disobeyed his warning and continued to meet Luna covertly. While Deacon managed to excuse that error, the next instance may not be as readily forgiven. The stakes for Shekin's survival are much higher now. The tension has escalated after Luna's dramatic outburst at the beach home, which almost led to Liam Spencer's awful fate. Those not in Luna's tight circle are certain she is dead. So Deacon will be outraged when he realizes that Sheila was aware of the truth and decided to remain silent. Coupled with Sheila's choice to forgive Luna, Deacon might well consider dissolving their marriage. There is a likelihood that this would be the straw that would break the camel's back. Number 2 Taylor loses Ridge to his unbreakable bond with Brooke. With Taylor, her dream wedding goals are destined to change into a complete nightmare. Taylor's ambitions of remarrying Ridge Forrester and establishing herself as the genuine queen of his heart will not come true. Instead, Brooke Logan is poised to triumph in this love triangle and obtain the happy ending she desires. Although it may take a while for Brooke and Ridge's destinies to entirely align, it certainly will. When that time occurs, Taylor's world will crumble, leaving her in need of a means to move on. Number 3 Deacon and Taylor commiserate over their breakups. Next, Taylor and Deacon might exchange their sentiments about their romantic partners disappointing them. Could this signify the beginning of a pairing between Deacon and Taylor? Before Rebecca Budig took over the role of Taylor from Krista Allen, many fans anticipated that Taylor and Deacon could end up together. There was a point when it looked like the program was exploring a romance between Deacon and Taylor. Now could be a wonderful time to revisit that concept, especially if both Taylor and Deacon are becoming single. Perhaps sad news in their current relationships could open the path for a fresh love beginning for Deacon and Taylor. Bartender Luna gets well drunk, says it's his lucky night. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for Tuesday, August 19th, hint that Luna Nozawa will play bartender and get Will Spencer drunk. Luna will also mutter to herself about it being Will's fortunate night, so she'll put a shocking plan in motion. Since B&B was preempted for news coverage on Monday, August 18th, that means the program will be moved back. Now it's due to air on Tuesday, August 19th, but we've got all the newest details for you. At Lee Finnegan's apartment, she'll hope she can trust Luna to be left alone for the evening. Luna will act like she's just going to watch a movie, but she'll search around for a disguise and sneak out after Lee's gone. Soon after, Luna would pose as an IL Giardino employee while donning a uniform, spectacles, and a wig. It won't be long until Luna is playing bartender at Will's promotion party, which will include dancing and some masks that send Forrester Dominguez invites all the guests to put on. Another waiter will advise Luna to get rid of some 180 proof liquor that's odorless and tasteless. It should be forbidden according to this waiter, so he won't want anyone mistake it for vodka. Of course, that's exactly what Luna will use in Will's vodka sodas when he requests them. Luna will swiftly start getting Will intoxicated, so he'll loosen up and speak about how much he wants Electra Forrester. As for Luna, she'll smile nearby and remark to herself about it being Will's fortunate night. It's evident that Luna is laying the stage for another round of drama, so stay tuned for updates on her next move. In the meantime, Lee will return home to find that Luna is disappeared. That'll throw Lee into panic mode, so she'll make a frantic call to Sheila Sharp and claim that Luna's gone. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest Sheila and Lee will have quite an issue on their hands because to Luna's decision to make more trouble. Will's drunken encounter with masked Luna betrays Electra's trust. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates indicate Will Spencer might wind up cheating with the masked Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. He may unwittingly betray Electra Forrester following a night of excessive drinking. The mix of booze and the mask will lead him to assume that Luna is Electra. Luna's out of her coma and recovering quickly. Now that Luna has emerged from her coma and is making good progress in her recuperation, she remains focused on her traditional objectives. Luna still intends to connect with John Finnegan and take Will for herself, which isn't unexpected. However, what would be surprising is whether Luna can actually attain those goals, at least in some capacity. Let's concentrate on Will, as Luna's thoughts have largely revolved around him since her waking. Will has affections for Electra, but he's obviously been encountering some obstacles and aggravations surrounding their connection. Will doesn't want to pressure Electra, While Will is cautious on not placing any pressure on Electra, he intends to soon boost their romance and go to the next stage. Electra has discreetly intimated that Will could have a fortunate evening during the approaching Il Giardino party, making it a momentous occasion. It looks Will is viewing this as a memorable night for both of them. Meanwhile, Luna is pleased about the potential of heating things up with Will and could have her opportunity if she navigates this scenario intelligently. Sadly, this means that Electra may suffer some emotional agony ahead. Electra offered some clues in the August 14th episode. In the episode aired on August 14th, Electra indicated the route her relationship with Will might take. This information was offered through a story about her parents, who split after her father was unfaithful to her mother. This event is a crucial reason why Electra has been so careful regarding relationships and afraid to make major commitments, such as the one she desires to have with Will. It's apparent that Electra wants to avoid feeling the same heartache of betrayal that her mother endured. Will reassured Electra that she was the only one for him and that he had no interest in anyone else. Electra's comments seem ominous. Nonetheless, all of this seems extremely gloomy, as if B&B were fated to have Electra face betrayal like her mother did. There's no rational explanation for why Will would choose to engage with the unpredictable Luna, yet this narrative must be headed someplace. B&B's preview film for the week of August 18th to 22nd features Luna invading the celebration in disguise, brandishing a mask and acting extremely mischievous. It's possible that the show is prepping for a new variation of a plot they showed back in 2010. That was when a masked Brooke Logan slept with Hope Logan's lover, Oliver Jones, wrongly assuming he was Ridge Forrester during a masquerade event. Oliver thought he was with Hope, but instead was with Brooke. At that moment, Oliver believed he was having an emotional connection with Hope for the first time, not allowing his feelings to spark with her mother. The show might be prepared for yet another case of mistaken identity because of Luna's disguise. Will could find himself slipping away to heat things up with Electra, who is actually Luna, in a back alley or something similar. With the mask and all the alcohol Will is sure to consume, he could be at a tiny disadvantage. There's even a risk that Luna could poison Will's drink, further adding to his disorientation. Viewers should remember the happy mints and alcohol. A mix of special mints and alcohol formerly led to Luna's encounter with Zen Forrester Dominguez. That is, until the script modified to make it apparent that Luna comprehended her actions that night. Now, Luna is aware of what she's doing again, and it looks like she's poised to lure Will into a betrayal against Electra, even if he remains oblivious of it at that time. Spoilers for the bold and the beautiful indicate that Will might be confronted with some devastating news shortly after. Ridge Forrester's awful secret became the unspoken thundercloud hovering over Los Angeles in the weeks of August 18th to September 5th, a secret so heavy that even his otherwise calm demeanor could not disguise the torment in his eyes, because while Taylor Hayes dressed in bridal white and dreamed of forever, Ridge wrestled with the burning memory of Italy, of Brooke Logan falling into his arms during the stormy boating accident and the kiss that had shattered his resolve, the kiss that reminded him of the eternal pull he would never escape. And so while he tried to reassure Taylor that his devotion was pure, inside he knew his heart had already betrayed her, and that betrayal gnawed at him daily as the countdown to Thomas Forrester's return ticked away like a fuse on a bomb, ready to explode his carefully constructed facade. Meanwhile, Deacon Sharp could not shake the gnawing sensation that Sheila Sharp was keeping something monumental from him, because her absences, her shifty glances, and her strange evasions painted a picture of a woman harboring a secret of life and death. And indeed she was, for she and Lee Finnegan had faked Luna Nozoa's demise after her near-fatal collapse, spiriting her away into a guarded circle of silence. But Luna's obsession with Will Spencer had proved too feral to contain, and as the Il Giardino bash unfolded with masks, music, and temptation, Luna disguised herself as a bartender, slipping tasteless, dangerous liquor into Will's drinks, whispering to herself that it was his lucky night, and the stage was set for a twisted replay of the infamous masquerade decades earlier, when Brooke mistakenly betted Hope's boyfriend. But this time it was Will, drunk and disoriented, slipping into a haze where masked Luna became Electra Forrester in his mind, a haze that led him to betray the woman he swore he would never hurt, setting up a shattering aftermath where Electra, echoing the pain of her own mother's betrayal, would be crushed by history repeating itself, while Ridge, unaware of Will's disaster but fully aware of his own duplicity, pushed forward with his wedding to Taylor, swallowing his longing for Brooke, knowing that the truth would detonate soon and leave Taylor devastated, especially once Thomas returned to Los Angeles, single after a rumored Paris split, eager to reclaim Hope Logan, but equally determined to protect Taylor from heartbreak, meaning he would instantly sense Ridge's conflict and Brooke's pull, setting up a brutal confrontation between father and son, while across town, Deacon confronted Sheila with piercing questions, sensing her lies, about Luna, pushing her toward confession, but Sheila, torn between her husband's trust and her granddaughter's fragile sanity, clung to the lie until Lee's frantic call about Luna's disappearance ripped the veil away, forcing Sheila to admit that Luna lived and was spiraling out of control, a revelation that could end her marriage to Deacon, who had warned her never to keep such secrets, and who might now find himself free to bond with Taylor as both faced heartbreak, Taylor over Ridge's, looming betrayal, and Deacon over Sheila's unforgivable lies. And as the weeks barreled toward September, the threads converged. Ridge's secret kiss, Thomas's imminent homecoming, Sheila's unraveling marriage, Luna's reckless schemes, Electra's looming heartbreak, Hope's shaky future with Carter endangered by Daphne's manipulations, and Brooke's unbreakable destiny with Ridge, all colliding in a storm of betrayals, revelations, and shattered dreams that would redefine alliances and enemies across Los Angeles, proving once again that no secret ever stays buried, no obsession ever fades, and no love triangle ever truly ends in the world of the bold and the beautiful. To the champagne fountains glimmered at Il Giardino, masks waited in bowls by the bar, and Will Spencer prepared to celebrate his promotion, still buoyed by Electra Forrester's sweet promises that the night would mark a turning point in their romance. But, unknown to him, Luna Nozawa was plotting her own twisted entry, pulling on a dark wig, slipping glasses over her eyes, and muttering in her room that Lee would never cage her, not when Will was hers for the taking. And so she escaped into the night just as Lee called Sheila in a panic, whispering that Luna had vanished again, only for Sheila to bite her lip and lie to Deacon about the call, saying it was just a vendor mix-up, though Deacon narrowed his eyes and made a mental note that his wife was hiding something huge, because he'd seen this look before back when Sheila hid her crimes, and his gut screamed that another secret was festering. Meanwhile, Ridge dressed in his tux, smiling as Taylor fussed with centerpieces. But every time she mentioned vows, his stomach clenched with guilt, because Italy haunted him. The storm, the rescue, the taste of Brooke's lips, the rush of knowing his heart had never let go. And while Taylor dreamed aloud of rings and happily ever after, Ridge's awful secret grew heavier, like a stone pressing his chest. Yet he told himself he'd confess later, maybe after Thomas came home, maybe after the wedding, anything to delay the moment he'd break Taylor's heart, unaware that his son's return would collide with his secret in ways he couldn't imagine. At the party, Luna donned a server's uniform, grinning as she poured 180 proof liquor into Will's drinks, ignoring another waiter's warning that it was too strong, too dangerous, whispering instead that Will needed courage, that tonight would be unforgettable. And as Will grew tipsy, his laughter louder, his eyes hazy, Electra leaned close and teased him about their future. But the mask slipped over his face and Luna slipped into his orbit, guiding him toward the shadows, her voice mimicking Electra's, her perfume altered to confuse him. And in the haze of alcohol and mistaken identity, Will betrayed the woman he swore was his forever, a betrayal that would soon shatter Electra just as her mother was shattered years before, while Luna whispered triumph in his ear, savoring her conquest, even as Lee and Sheila searched frantically, racing toward Aiel Giardino. Across town, Deacon poured himself a stiff drink, replaying every odd glance, every strange excuse Sheila had given, and though he loved her fiercely, he could not ignore the gnawing truth that she was lying, and when he cornered her later that night, demanding to know where she had gone, Sheila's mask cracked, her eyes wet, her words tumbling out about Luna's survival, about Lee's scheme, about the granddaughter she could not abandon, and though she begged Deacon for understanding, he felt the ground fall out beneath him, betrayal slicing through his chest, because he had warned her never to keep such a secret, never again, and now their marriage teetered on the brink, even as Taylor's dreams of remarrying Ridge edged closer to ruin. For Brooke, watching from the sidelines, knew the truth, that Ridge's kiss in Italy was not a fluke, but a promise, that destiny would drag them together again, no matter how long Ridge clung to Taylor. And as whispers spread that Thomas Forrester was boarding a plane home, single, restless, protective, the countdown ticked louder. The stage set for confrontations that would tear open lies, ignite jealousies, and send shockwaves through Los Angeles. For Ridge could not keep his awful secret forever, could not hide his drunken mistake forever. Sheila could not balance love and deception forever, and when Thomas walked back into town, everything, weddings, marriages, families, would hang in the balance, ready to be rewritten in fire and tears.